in the right order. And I think it's really important that we don't forget that it is a complete primary care, secondary care, back to primary care, because all of those things mean that we have the capacity and demand matched to be able to reduce the waiting times to where we want to see them. People in South Yorkshire are not used to long waiting times. It's not been an historic position for us, and we're really keen to get back to the sorts of waiting times we had pre-pandemic as quickly as we.
I don't want anyone to think we use jargon in South Yorkshire. My chief exempt talks to that bell curve moving along the x-axis.
No, you're really sorry.
Can we move on to corporate assurance report? Come on.
Yeah, of course. Very briefly, if I take the report as read, just want to tease out a couple of items. Firstly, just to stress and to emphasise that the risk management processes are well embedding now within the organisation. And Ruth's doing Ruth was at the table today, doing some fantastic work with Ian's team around a digital solution to that, which we're generating in-house. Our registers are all published online and are maintained regularly. We're responsive to our duties. I won't go through the numbers. A significant piece of work has concluded around the data security and protection toolkit with standards met. There's a really large piece of work at play across the system at the moment in health around self-assessment against the EPRR core standards.
I'll explain what EPRR is.
Emergency planning, resilience and response. So it's our category 1 duty as under the Civil Contingencies Act. So that works at play. It's self-assessment, but so all organisations are going through that process as sovereign organisations reporting to their boards. We've also got to do that as an organisation, but we've also got the duty of convening and taking a view across the South Yorkshire system under the leadership of Will, our AEO. As part of that, there's just one piece I do want to tease out, which relates to an update to our EPRR policy, which has been revised and refreshed in light of the shifting sands and enhancement of the core standards and how testing they are. And that's been through and considered by our audit and risk committee with Kevin's support, and is presented to the board for approval.
Thank you. And those of you who think EPPR is theoretical, can I just remind you what COVID was like a few years ago, when it was actually the only business we were conducting at one point? Thank you.
Can I just have one thing to that, if that's okay? Just to Mark's update on the policy, because the update relates to the increasing expectation on ICBs as a result of the changes in NHS England. So later on in the year, I'll bring a fuller report on where we are in terms of as an organisation and our ability to meet those standards. You remember, almost a year ago, we actually signed something. Yeah, so I'll let you know where we are at work on that. But I'll also be trying to bring an assessment of what it means now and for the future of this organisation to ensure that it can respond well, as it has been doing in relation to critical incidents, because I think there's quite a seismic shift.
This is an obligation. We are gaining more and more responsibility. People comfortable with that? Okay, item 16, sort of noting the assessment outcome.
Just a note. So I guess what I'd say, one, this is NHS England's, I guess, appraisal of the ICB in 22-23. Just a few points I would make. One, it's very positive, which is good. Also, I'm really pleased that whilst they've acknowledged things like progress around improving the quality of services and meeting our financial responsibilities, really good to see the work that we've done around strategy development, working with our partnership partners, community engagement and involvement, health inequalities. It's just really good to see some of that wider work recognised, as well as the things that you might expect.
Yeah, and that's good, given that when Gavin and Lee and I were in front of the NHS executive, you'd think we were just about waiting times and money. So actually to see the assessment being slightly broader was somewhat reassuring. Okay, so items for information. Place committee. Anything the executive director, place directors want to pick out?
You picked up in our face for us.
Okay, that was the right answer. Assurance committee. Quality, Moira, anything you want to pick out?
Quality leisure.
No, Leslie, sorry. No, thank you, I'm sorry. We haven't got the finance because it was only the other day.
Yeah.
People workforce, Shahid, anything you want to pick out?
Yeah, just to say that the having Ruth attend and Mark doing our risk as
As you went along?
as went has been really useful.
Good. I think that's actually quite good practice.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the end of the meeting. Thank you very much. I apologise, I'm slightly late. Can I just ask members of the public to leave fairly quickly because we've got a private agenda item to get fairly quickly.